Okay, folks, this is the beginning of some of my horse photos that I have here at the house. This is Tiz the Law. He was trained by Barclay Tagg and ridden by Manny Franco. Manny has signed the one in the lower, and both Manny and Barclay Tagg have signed the one with Tiz in the stable. They're really cool. These horse folks are great. Pardon the disaster. All right. Where is it? Let's go. This is my metal horse. And he just goes on the wall and sits there and just looks really pretty. That's my opinion. All right, let's see. Here is, I'm gonna have to go down to one. Now let's go down. Here is Justified. The lower one here is Justify winning the Preakness. Up above there is the Belmont. That is Mike celebrating after the win at Belmont and winning the Triple Crown. This is the finish of the Belmont, and you can see Mike riding Justify. Justify's got that beautiful white blaze, and I believe that's Gronkowski not far from him. This is Justify winning the Kentucky Derby. And that was one hell of a year, 2018. So let's see. And these are poems that friends of mine wrote about Justify. They're pretty awesome. These top three photos of Mike and Justify are ones that I took. And Mike has signed two of them. I got some of the best shots. And him right there with just that joy in his face. That was one hell of a shot, but timing was fantastic. And same with this one. I got lucky. I've got good eyes when it comes to horses. All right, so now we'll just do this part of the wall. And at the bottom, we have Man of War. Above him, we have Charismatic. And then the etching up top is American Pharaoh. That was done for me by a friend in Germany. And here we get more to Justify. Justify was also done by my friend in Germany. There's Justify, that was another artist. And then we have the other Justify, also done by my friend in Germany. Those were bespoke artwork. He did the two Justifies for me, and as it was my birthday, he threw in the American Pharaoh for nothing. Pretty sweet guy. Horse people are wonderful. All right, now we get to my boy. Before I started buying horses, this is Wise Dan. Wise Dan was by Wiseman's Ferry out of, and of course now I can't remember the dam's name because I'm an idiot. Lisa Danielle. Lisa Danielle was owned by, oh my God, why is my, Morton Fink. Morton Fink's out of Chicago and is my friend's uncle. So that's why I have quite a bit of Wise Dan. This is Wise Dan winning the Breeders' Cup with Johnny V up. And you can see Johnny, look closely, Johnny signed that. This is actually Wise Dan's pedigree. There's the glamour shot, of course. And there's Wise Dan winning another Breeders' Cup Turf Mile. And I can't remember who, Johnny V was hurt. Who took over for Johnny V when Johnny was hurt? Was it Joel? Yeah, it might have been Joel Rosario. Down below, sorry for the glare here. That's a little better. This is a photograph that was a wonderful Christmas present, birthday present for me. And this was the last race that Wise Dan rode, and that was the Shadwell Turf Mile. Of course he won it. Now we get to some etchings here. We have Songbird, War Admiral, who was by Man of War, and Riva Ridge. Riva Ridge is the horse that Lucian trained before Secretariat. And if you've ever seen the movie Secretariat, they took a great deal of artistic license with it because it was actually Riva Ridge who saved the farm. And down here we have Rachel Alexandra. She was amazing. She beat the boys in the Preakness, and I went wild. And then we have her daughter and her son, Rachel's Valentina, and then her son, Jess's Dream. And that's been a very great line. I have more. I have probably like 60 pictures left to frame and put up, so it's going to be a little insane. And I hate having the shadow here. This is Seattle Slew. And I think everyone knows who Seattle Slew is. And then up top, we have the Dancing Queen, Zenyatta. Zenyatta ran 20 races, went 19 for 20. Her last race was the Breeders' Cup Classic. She was beat by Blame. She was catching up. She always came from the back, and she just didn't finish it. Irony of ironies, I actually picked Blame to beat her, and I bet that exacted, and it was not a bad payout. So these are the horse pictures I have here, and we will walk to the office quickly, which, by the way, the office is an absolute disaster. So that's that. And yeah, have hangers everywhere. And these are horses. They're glamour shots of horses that I currently own and who are actively racing. We have Catalyst, a filly by Nyquist. Straight No Chaser. Straight No Chaser is the horse that won the Breeders' Cup Sprint, and he is going to Saudi Arabia and then Dubai. Chasing Time's a 5-year-old horse, and he's been very consistent in his wins. He's in the money most of the time. Okay, now we have Secret Crush, who is still running. Saratoga Warrior, Isle Blue. Here's the Kicker. That's a filly by Liam's Map, and she's a beauty. I've gotten to see her run. Manhattan Twist is also by Liam's Map. I got to see him break his maiden race this past July. It was pretty awesome. I got to talk to Todd Pletcher for a while, who's training him. And Todd Pletcher is really just a great stand-up guy. Easy to talk to. The guy's like a multi-millionaire, probably many times over. And he's just so approachable. And he gives great hugs. And here we have Seize the Gray. Now, everyone knows about him because if you've listened to me at all. Seize won the Pat Day Mile, then the Preakness, and then the Pennsylvania Derby. He did not do all that great. In the Breeders' Cup, he has been retired and is now breeding. Cost is $30,000 for cover, and it's paid upon stand and nursing. We retained 10% of his breeding rights, so I'm going to get a check every year. For Seize the Gray's breeding rights. Not too bad. He does the work. I get a check. Up here is a day to remember, and he is by American Pharaoh. So we shall see. He hasn't run yet. And up top we have Sweet Voyage, and she's by Candy Ride, and we're waiting to see how she goes. So she's got Candy Ride up top, City Zip down the bottom. So hopefully that'll be good. I have a ton of pictures that need to be hung. I had to take down my entire wall, and what will be coming is big posters, actually lithographs that were quite expensive, done by an artist for Seize the Gray winning the Preakness, and then Straight No Chaser for winning the Breeders' Cup Mile. That is going to be absolutely phenomenal, I'm not going to lie. I also have some large lithographs of Ruffian, Funny Side, I can't remember who else, but there's a ton of them. Yes, pardon the mess. I have so much I need to organize and redo. So yeah, these are all in here. It's Erasure Alexandra winning the Preakness, Silver Charm winning the Preakness, Funny Side, Ruffian, and Wise Dan Horse of the Year for 2012. And this is mine. All right, I'm gonna get it out just to annoy people. Haha. Now it's rolled up, so it won't be the easiest to save. Come on. I'm probably not going to snowball's chance in hell of getting this to where y'all can see it. Hold on. There we go. Son of a biscuit. Alright, you're going to see hopefully most of it. My body's having to hold it down. Sorry for the black screen. And, son of a bitch. Alright, well, this is the photograph of Seize the Gray winning the Preakness. There were 400. They're signed by the artist. Robert Clark is a well-known artist. He's also going to be doing Snick, Straight No Chaser. So, let's see. So, if you don't like horses, we have lots of hockey stuff. So this artwork was done by a friend, Sebastian, who is in Canada, and you can see he's done some great work here. These are goalies. Of course, Timmy Thomas. He's also did Rick Middleton, Ray Bork. That was for my birthday one year. And we got pasta. That's still a battle here, but and this is just stuff that I bought. And of course, Peaky Blinders. And we have Cam Neely standing next to Ray. And then the night I got to meet Renee Rancourt at my friend's, Jason Lascola had a restaurant in Cumberland, and Renee Rancourt came and sang for everybody. Had a few cocktails, and I'm going to tell you, Renee Rancourt is tiny, 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 tiny. I have a ton of boxes, and it's because I need to get things shipped and boxed, and it's just a disaster. But just need to get more things in storage. So here's a few more little Bruins things, and yes, this needs to be dusted. Let's see, we've got the Bruins banner, Bruins lifting the cup, Bruins fan, Rhode Island, New Hampshire plate. Of course, the 2011 team. Just like all their champions, and not in my house. My late boyfriend had that, and he decided it would look better in my house. That's Timmy Thomas knocking Sedin right on his ass, and it was great. And of course, the plate. There's a lot more Bruins artwork that needs to be hung, mounted, matted, framed, and hung. So there's going to be a lot of changes there. So, oh my God, if anyone ever needs any books, there's a ton of them. There's a whole bookcase there too, and you can see all my horses, and just I've got to go through and organize this. I've got tons of hats that were signed by jockeys and or trainers, and A lot of these are like Anne Rice novels, history novels. And this is all my Tudor books, or almost all of them. I love my Tudor history, and there's a stack down here. And, well, so now you've seen the absolute disaster, and I will introduce you to my three late dogs. That is Midnight. This is Sterling. And this is Lady Jessica of Caladan. So if you're ever wondering where Jessica came from, there you know. Now you know. Midnight and Sterling were dogs that I had that died when I was still living in Chicago. Sterling died in September of 2002, and Midnight died in March 2005, I believe. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. August 17th, 2005. They were amazing dogs. Midnight was a huge show cocker, absolutely beautiful. And Sterling was, she was a real mensch. She was beautiful, she knew it. And she was a pain in the ass, but absolutely gorgeous. And anyone who's been around for years knows Jessica. My little Jessica was absolutely gorgeous. So, welcome to the extremely messy and crowded house that needs to be organized. I haven't been very well. My roommate has been in and out of the hospital and PT and stuff like that. So I got a lot to do, but I'm getting there. And of course, you will see like all of my military history books. A lot of these came from my dad. My dad passed and they came to me. And of course, you're going to see nothing but books on horses. So, welcome everybody. When I get this finally cleaned up, I'll actually post it and it'll look pretty, right? Yeah, like I'm never gonna get everything all cleaned up. Merry Christmas all.